On today's episode of Reasonable Coder, we ask, what are some of the most used programming concepts and how fast can we learn them? As an answer, we come up with 5 beginner concepts, see what problems they solve. Hello world, welcome to Reasonable Coder. I'm your host, Terry Murray. First, a note on how this lesson is structured. We've broken one big video into 11 smaller videos, made it a playlist. That's because as we code today, we hit 5 problems and need 5 theory explanations to solve those problems. I like the idea of theory explanations being standalone videos you can easily refer back to. Alright, in our last video we asked, what is the best programming language? Today we ask, what are some of the most used programming concepts and how fast can we learn them? In one of the earlier videos we concluded that the fastest way to learn theory is after encountering the problem it's solved. So let's start coding until we hit problems. How about this? Just as a first step, we start our to-do list app. It asks us to enter a task description, then it prints that description. Simple stuff. Before we learn how to code, 2 quick tips. First, even looking at just one line of code, there's a lot of things to understand. You can't learn everything at once, so if you see code here you don't fully understand, just go with it for now. Eventually we explain all the things. Second, I go through these videos rather quickly to accommodate people who are already familiar with some of the content, so you might want to pause the video to catch up in places. If you feel good about something, even pause the video and try ideas yourself before you see me do it. If you try something and fail, you're more likely to remember the solution. Let's load Visual Studio. In the last video we used 2 console commands, write line and read key. We'll erase the first 2 lines here. We don't need those anymore, and we'll leave read key at the end so the console window pauses. So to have our console app tell us what to enter, we use console.writeLine again. Console.writeLine. And enter a task description. We'll use console.readLine to capture a line of text from the user, so we can use that to capture the description. Console.readLine. And we want to print that. So to print the line we read in, maybe we can do this. Console.writeLine. And we'll write you have entered. There's a plus here, which means to join the 2 things together. And let's try that. Hit the run button. Enter a task. We'll enter description 1. You have entered description 1. Okay, that works. But what if we wanted to do something with the description? Like say print the task description a second time. We could try the same thing we just did and see what happens. So we'll copy this line and run that. Description 1, badly spelled. Description 1, you've entered description 1. Now it's waiting for me to enter something else. Description 2. You have entered description 2. Well, that didn't work because it's doing another read line. So the second time it prints a different thing. We need the value from the first read line, but it isn't stored anywhere. So how do we get that? How do we get that description and store it? Aha, concept number 1. In the next video we explain variables and also data types.